Okay, here we have the Land Rover Discovery. It's a 1995 3.9 V8 on LPG. Just going to quickly go through this. I don't really want to be arsed sitting there writing the description out, and most people just don't have the patience to sit there and read it all anyway, so try and get through this as quickly as I can. Like I say, it's on LPG. I've owned it about 2.5 years. I did used to own diesels, but to be honest, the diesels have come quite expensive. I get about 21 miles per gallon out of a diesel. Out of this I'll get 28. Yeah, and you're probably wondering, well, how you'd work that out. Well, I'm just going to tell you. It's 55 pence a litre. So 55 pence a litre works at £2.50 a gallon. So if you double that, that gives you the equal to what a diesel would at £5 a gallon, somewhere around there, yeah. So if you're doing 14 miles a gallon, which I'll get out of this, yeah, double that up, which is £5 a gallon, that'll give you 28 miles to the gallon. So that's how basically you work out on the LPG. On a run, you'll get about 18, 19 to the gallon. So again, £2.50, double that up, which is your fiver. So to your fiver, you should be doing about 39, 40 miles to the gallon on a run. Ain't bad, eh? Like I say, I'll never go back to diesel. These are so cheap to run. If you're running on fuel, obviously it's a different game, because obviously you know, you're paying near enough what you're paying for diesel, so it'll probably work out something like you could end up putting as much as £60 to £80 a week in these. I end up putting about £25, £30 a week in it, and it's absolutely fantastic. I've got the noise, the power and everything. Just give you a little tour of the body anyway. There are faint scratches down the side and all, that's just from the trees from green lining, but they just mop out. A bit of G3, as you can see. I think you might just be able to see them there as I go around. Front's fine, just giving you just a tour of the body. There is a crease on the other side, which I did, a small crease. As you can see, look, there's no dents on this side at all, no car park dents, all the bottom of the doors are good. Done a little bit of a crease here, had a little bit of a fight with the wheelie bin on my drive. Like I say, it's only small, it only goes from here to there, but I'm just trying to point out as much as I can. All the bottom doors are good. Okay, starting with it as well, it was an auto box packed up when I first had it, so I changed to a manual, which you can see. So you've got a nice option of a manual gearbox. It's got a Disco2 box fitted on it, which I've done myself. All new oils in the axle, gearbox a lot. It's got diff lock as well. I find that these modes, the second one I've had, and to be honest, they perform really well. This performs really good on road and off road. Seems to do the job and everything. I've always been a Range Rover Classic man. Genuine reason for sale. Only reason why I'm selling it is because I bought a Range Rover Classic. Again, it's a 3.5 V8 on LPG. Like I say, I've just took to me LPG. You can't beat it. People say that they run different on petrol and on fuel. Well, I can tell you now, I will show you as I go along, but this runs exactly the same performance on both. Probably a little bit more power on petrol, but I've never really noticed any difference. It all depends how it's all set up, what sort of system you've got. Moving on to this spec, you've got the modular bins on 235/65, 235 is it? No, 265/75/16 tyres, all terrain, good ridge, good treads as well on them as well. They perform well in the mud and off road. Rear bumper, I've just fitted that. I was going to do an off-road bumper, I've just got to put the lights in. That'll all be done anyway when the motor sells, so whoever buys it, it'll all be done on collection. It's got a top part there, a detachable one. I've took it off, just the detachable piece, as you can see, because it gets stolen, so that'll come with the vehicle as well. The electrics is there as well. LPG fill-up point there, as you can see. It's got electric window, central locking, power steering, twin sunroofs. Sunroofs, believe it or not, don't leak, which is a rarity. They do both work, they tilt but they don't slide back, which is a common problem. As you can see, you've got the light bar there with the lights. Second one from the driver's side, I think it needs a bulb. Put another grid on it, as you can tell. It's got a little bit like the red. You can always just spray that black. Mechanically, engine's fantastic. You've got to know your V8s. I've learnt about them over the 2 years. I do advise that if you have a V8 to get one of these ECU mate, just Google it, go on to YouTube, type in ECU mate. There's a guy on there where I got his information from, and that's where I knew about it. I bought one, fantastic bit of kit, tells you exactly how the engine's run. You just plug into the diagnostic plug, and it tells you exactly how the engine runs and everything. Where there's anything wrong with the engine, gives you the TPS, gives you all the Lambda sensors, temperature sensors, everything, because these have got that many sensors that if one goes down, you can cause you to like run heavy on fuel. So, but I will do a second video, and you can click that link as well, and I'll run that just to prove to you that the engine runs a treat. Alternator bearing is a bit noisy. It's been like that since I've had it. It's dry. Spray with WD-40, it does quiet it down, but it doesn't affect the charge in any way whatsoever. I think I have got an alternator. If I have, I'll throw it in, and then you've always got a spare one if it does decide to pack up. That's just through submerging it in water. Drives really nice. All the gear select good. It's got tinted windows, as you can see. I had all those professionally done. Not the front ones, only from the passenger door, rear, back, and also this side as well. LPG tanks, had them underneath, underslung, so I've had to remove them and put a single one in the back, which I'll show you. Reason for that, on the pay and play, they don't allow them on there now. Health and safety, which you can understand, because if one gets ripped off, it could get a chance of exploding. There you are, you've got a 60 litre tank. If you want to put a bigger one, straightforward job it is. You can either Google it, have a look, what I did, or you can take the LPG tank. Probably charge you 50-60 quid to change it. Buy your tank yourself off eBay. Got a little fridge there, all works as well, so I could leave that in as long as the price is okay as well. Lots of space. I always take out the bench seat. Obviously, reason for it as well is because the LPG tank's there. If I was to leave the bench seat in, I'd have to bring it back here, which would mean that I wouldn't have no space at the back here. Nice big roomy motor. Back panel. Took the panel off some time ago. I don't know what happened to it. I was going to check a plate. Cheap enough on eBay, 10 or 15 quid. So nothing major. Okay, and that's for moving on to rot and all that. These are known prone for rot. People who know the Discovery, so know exactly where to look. I know exactly where to look because obviously having a couple of them in the past, they actually rot on the A post here, which is the bottom of the B post is the bottom of the seat belt there, and they also rot on the mountings on the back here, and also this panel here. As you can see, I've just this month done all the welding. I put a plate there, and a plate there. The two mountings have been rebuilt by myself this month as well, and also inside the seal, which is just there, you can tell. Look, the whole of that was rotten. I've cut all that out, replated it, seam welded it. Not none of this bird blopping shit that people do. Same this side as well. Cut all that out and done that. A little piece underneath the arch here, just there as you can see. Done that piece as well. And there's a few other pieces I've done, but there's no what's on it at all. It does have MOT until I think beginning of Feb, but I will re-MOT it before the auction's up, and put a 12-month MOT on it. Obviously, as you can see, I fitted the back bumper. I've just done that today. I've got to get some lights, so I should fit them as well. If I get a chance, I'll mop it in for you as well. It's nice and tidy because I always keep it clean and tidy inside. Reason for it is because used as a second motor. Move on to the interior. A little bit of the leather's come off here, but to be honest, this just clips around there, as you can see. Worn as usual, 20-year-old motor, if not older. Little bit of a rip on the seat there, which has always been there since I've had it. Never bothered me. Everything works as it should, as far as I know. Oh, the speedometer, since I've been through water, it decides to work. No, not the speedometer. The revs is fine. The speedometer just flickers up now and again. So probably dodgy connection or just needs cleaning. It works when it feels like it. LPG switch down here. If I just switch it on. Now this works. How this works is with the LPG. Flick it over, it's the green lights. Now this works the other way around. When you've got the green lights, it means that it's near enough empty. That light there flashing is amber. It's telling you that it's nearly out of gas. When it goes to red, you're out of gas. Now you can either flick it back over yourself when it goes out of gas, or it should go over itself. What I normally do is just flick it back onto petrol, which is there. So when you click the switch to the right hand side and you've got the red light on, you're on petrol. When you go to the left, you're on gas. I'm just going to give you a start up and show you. You can have a listen to the engine. Other thing, just before I do that, I did the exhaust system myself. I always make them myself. As you can see here, look, it's just underneath. It's a 3-inch all the way through, and I've left the cats in situ, as you can see, all the way down there. It's still got the lambers. Brand new lambers fitted 12 months ago. Underneath solid, all the chassis just dirty from off-roading. No oil leaks underneath there as far as I know. It's got the terra firma shocks. It's got 2-inch springs all round. It's got 2-inch box sections just underneath the springs on the back, as you can see there, and there's one over there. It's also got the diff protectors front and back. On the front it's got a 1-inch box section with a 2-inch spring, so you got a 3-inch lift on the front and a 4-inch lift on the back. Homemade snorkel, which I always do myself, as you can see. And it's got the breather pipes for 2 axles and the ones from the gearbox. Solid motor, starts first time, never let me down. On the clock it's reading about 79,000, but you could probably add 10 to that. You can always go online and have a look yourself. Like I say, I've welded all the bottom of these plates down here, all the normal plates, and as you can see, all brand new rivets, just to prove that I've had these off. You got these plastic things which are rubbish, so I decided to drill the rivets and just put some new rivets in. What else is that? Let's just start her up. I can show you what I mean by. Okay, there we go. Nice engine, nice exhaust. I'll keep that for a nice sound, nice V8 sound. Give it a little rev so you can just have a listen to it. Just jumping in, just show you the rev, so it's just ticking over. The chokes on a little bit, it'll just settle down a bit in a minute. There we go. 800 revs per minute. Now we're just going to flick it over onto gas. Now when you flick onto gas and you sit in the motor, you can always tell when it goes on, because what you have to do is give it a little rev, and we're on gas. There we are. That little click, which is a solenoid. Go back to the revs, as you can see, look. 800 revs per minute, rev it. Drop back down again. Down it comes. Just give it a few seconds to settle. And there we are. 800 revs per minute. Exactly the same as it is on petrol, as it is on gas. Go back onto petrol. There you are, you just hear the change in the engine. The gas system working all good. Radio all works good as well. I'll leave all that in. Stereo's all fitted. Heaters get red hot. Temperature gauge good, no warning lights. The only one you got there is the handbrake, which if I take it off, see it go off, there you go. Put the handbrake back on again. There we are. Electric mirrors and everything all work. Power steering all works. A lot. Heaters all work. You can hear the heaters just coming on there. Nothing else I can really talk about or tell you about. Like I say, it's an off-road vehicle, an on-road vehicle. It is taxed, but obviously with the new rules, as soon as it goes into somebody else's name, it will be taken off the vehicle. So if you're collecting, at least you will be legal to get it back until DVLA is informed. And then just get this bonnet, catch it down, and I can just show you underneath the bonnet. I can get it right there. Okay, there we go. As you can see, look, nice dirty engine. Look, you see we have submerged it. Now most people say, oh, these petrols are cut out, well, I can tell you now, as long as you grease them up well, I've never had any problem with them or anything. I always make sure there's plenty of grease around the distributor caps, around all the plugs and everything. Just make sure it's plenty greased up. And the art to it is, the trick, don't go bollocking through like you would in a diesel, just nice and easy. And as long as you don't go bollocking through, you won't throw the water up on the top of the engine, because if you go bollocking through, you just throw the water up on top of the engine, and then you'll get a couple of little misses and stuff. They do clear themselves, but you know, it just saves all the hassle. When you want to go off-roading, all I do is, you can see this pipe here, just push it onto there like that. That little filter there is just a dummy. You pull that out of there, look like that, because if you don't, then the LPG won't run properly because you can't get enough air. And then all I do is just stop people putting things down there, is just slip that back into there like that. And just remember to pull that back off when you're on the road. I mean, you can leave it on if you want, but I always just pull it back off. And that's about it. The only thing I can say, engine's been looked after over the last 2 years. All the sensors done, lambdas done, fuel temperature sensor. There's people who know about the fuel temperature sensor goes, which is just down here. Right, what happens is that it tells the ECU the engine's cold and it starts using a lot of fuel. Other thing I say, like I say, if you do buy this motor, I would definitely recommend ECU mate. Go onto YouTube, type in ECU mate, have a look, and you'll see what I mean. Fantastic bit of kit. People out there who've probably got Discoveries probably don't even know about them. You need one of these when you've got one of these engines, because they'll always tell you it's running. Like I say, I've changed this oil every 3 months, oil and filter. I've just done the air filter only a couple of days ago. Fuel filter was done the same time as the oil and oil filter, which was about 6 weeks ago. So you haven't got to worry about all the fluids are topped up. It's all antifreeze, so you haven't even got to bother about the antifreeze. As you can probably see, you probably like my signs on the front. I've got hangover instead of Land Rover. One Life Live It. You've got all the stickers to come with it. Procom sticker there, and on the back of it we got the we got Team Staffs 4x4. That's the club that I'm actually in. Fantastic club. So get yourselves in it. One Life Live. Well, One Life Fuck It should be One Life Live It, but I'll go One Life Fuck It, which is true. And there we go. My other toy, as it is to say. Like I say, it's here to sell. You want to come and trial it, sit in it, do what you want, but do it before the auction ends. Once you press the buy it now, or whatever agreement that we do on there, it's your motor. It's all in my name. It's here to sell. Genuine reason for sale, because the reason why I'm decided to sell, I bought a Range Rover Classic, which when you come to pick this up you'll see it. So I'm not one of these Billy bullshitters who just try and make it all. The missus has told me I've got to sell it, or you know, there's not enough space in it. It's actually a genuine sale, otherwise the motor won't be for sale. And that's about it. I won't bore you with any more.